Hello everyone, myself Mr. Nimesh G. Gandhi. I am working as a assistant professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today we are going to discuss about heat conduction through a composite wall. Now we are going to discuss about heat conduction through a composite wall. First of all, what is composite wall? Composite wall means what? A wall contain more than one layer with different thermal conductivity, that is called as a composite wall. Now we are consider that transmission of heat through a composite wall is consist of more than one layer. So we are just consider here, you can see here figure is there. In this figure we are just consider three layer is there, or we can say that three slab is there. Layer and slab both are same, we are just consider here. Okay, so we are just consider three layer is there: layer A, layer B and layer C. Now LA is a thickness of layer A, LB is a thickness of layer B and LC is a thickness of layer C, or we can say the slab C. Then after heat is transferred from here to here, from we can say that T1 to T4, that is called composite wall because more than one layer is there, 1, 2 and 3 layer is there, so more than one layer is there, each layer having a different thermal conductivity. So you can see here Ka, it means thermal conductivity of the layer A, Kb means thermal conductivity of the layer B and Kc means thermal conductivity of the layer C. So each layer having a different thermal conductivity as well as more than one layer is there, that is called composite wall. Now what is T1? T1 means temperature at the surface 1. T1 is a temperature at surface 1. T4 means temperature at surface 4. And T2 and T3 are interface temperatures. T2 and T3 are interface temperature, or we can say that T2 means interface temperature between the layer A and layer B. T3 means interface temperature between the layer B and layer C. Over that is your temperature profile. We can say that T1 is greater than T4 because heat is transferred from left side to right side. Over. Now you can see here one electric analogy is there. Okay, in this analogy, similar way you just compare with that above figure. In this figure we are just consider first heat is transferred from left side to right side. Similar we will consider. Then after heat is transferred due to temperature difference. So we are just consider temperature difference T1 to T2 it will be considered, and between that we are just consider resistance A. For that resistance A means thermal conduction resistance for the layer A. Similar way heat is transferred T2 to T3, so we just consider thermal resistance for the conduction for layer B, and similarly thermal resistance for the layer C, that is your conduction resistance for the wall. Okay, and heat is transferred from left side to right side. There will be a temperature T1, T2, T3 and T4. Now we just consider T1 is greater than T4, so heat is transferred from left side to right side. Over. Now we start the theory. First of all, we are going to discuss about the heat conduction through the composite wall. So how much amount of heat will be transferred from that composite wall, we are just finding out. Okay, but first initially we are just consider the individual layer. Individual layer means what? First of all we are just consider layer A, then after we are just consider the layer B, and then after we are going to discuss about the layer C. So if I consider layer A, so first of all we are just assuming that there is a no air gap between the two layer. No air gap between the two layer. It means no air gap between the layer A and layer B, and no air gap between the layer B and C. Both are in perfect contact. So no temperature drop between that interface of the layer. There will be no temperature drop between the interface of the layer. Okay, because we are only considered the conduction, so there will be no temperature drop. We are just consider it the interface of the layer A and B as well as layer B and C. There will be no temperature drop. We are just assuming. Over. So how to start first? layer A. So we have just considered plane wall theory. If you have considered the plane wall theory, already I told you in plane wall theory in previous lecture, what will be the we derive? So we derive the plane wall for the layer A we have just considered. So for the layer A, equation is Q is equal to, so we can say that Q means what? The quantity of heat is transfer per unit time through the slab A. Quantity of heat transfer per unit time for the layer A. What will be our equation? So Q is equal to, temperature difference will be considered for the layer A. It will be T1 minus T2. And what will be the thermal conductivity of the layer A? So Ka, so we should write Ka into area divided by thickness La for the layer A. Over similar way for the layer B will be considered. First we have just considered only layer A. Now we have just considered layer B. So what will be our equation for the layer B? So we should write Q is equal to, Q means what? Quantity of rate of heat transfer per unit time for the layer B we have just considered, and for the layer B temperature difference will be considered T2 minus T3. Okay, what will be the thermal conductivity of the layer B? Kb. So we should write Kb into area of the layer B, and thickness of the layer B is Lb. Over. Now similar way we have just considered for the layer C. Okay, so how it will be considered? So quantity of heat will be flow through the layer C will be considered per unit time. So it will be considered Q is equal to, we have just considered the thermal conductivity of the layer C is Kc into area, and what will be temperature difference? T3 minus T4. And what will be the thickness? So thickness is Lc. Okay. Now first of all we have just considered that our rate of heat transfer take place steady state. And steady state heat transfer means what? Rate of heat transfer take place for the layer A, layer B and layer C is same. Rate of heat transfer for the layer A, layer B and layer C is same. So we can say that from that equation Q is same for the layer A, layer B and layer C. So we should write Q is equal to Ka into area T1 minus T2 divided by La for the layer A is equal to, we can also write Kb into area T2 minus T3 divided by Lb is equal to, similar way for the layer C will be considered Kc into area T3 minus T4 divided by Lc. Why we should write same? Because steady state conduction will be considered, and steady state conduction means rate of heat transfer for the each layer is same. Over. Up to that over. Now we are just rearranging the above equation. We are just rearranging the above equation. So how we are just rearranging? So you can see here. Rearranging the above expression, or we can say that above equation. So we get, so first of all we are just consider for the layer 1. Okay, so I am just rearranging, I am just taking T1 minus T2 this side and Q will be considered this side. So what will be our equation? T1 minus T2 is equal to, we can say that Q LA divided by Ka into area. Over, that is our equation number 1. Over, similar way we are just rearranging the above equation for the layer B. We are just consider T2 minus T3 that side. We are just taking this side, it will be considered. So what will be our equation? T2 minus T3 is equal to Q LB KB into area. That is our equation number 2. Similar way for the third layer will be considered. And what will be the third layer equation? That is our third layer equation. We are just consider LC this side, KC by area this side we will just consider. So what will be our T3 minus T4? So T3 minus T4 is equal to Q LC KC into area. That is our equation number 3. Over up to that. Now what will be our derivation? Okay, we just derive the heat conduction through the composite wall. So we need the total rate of heat transfer. We are just considered individual, but we require the total rate of heat transfer through the composite wall. It means heat is transfer from that T1 to T4 will be considered. Initially we just considered individual, but we require the total. So how it will be considered? So at the time we just consider addition of all three equation. Addition of the all three equation, it means what? 1 plus 2 plus 3 will be considered. So we just consider adding equation 1, 2 and 3. So we have what will be considered addition? So we just consider T1 minus T2 plus T2 minus T3 plus T3 minus T4. So we can say that T3 and T3 will be cancelled out. T2 and T2 will be cancelled out. Addition will be there. That will be cancelled out. So what will be our equation now? T1 minus T4. Over similar way for the addition will be this side will be considered, and this side Q is common, so we are just taking Q common. So what will be our Q is common, we are just consider. So inside for the first layer will be considered LA by KA into area. Similar for the second layer LB by KB into area. Plus for the third layer LC by KC into area. Over up to that, but we require the rate of heat transfer. We are just finding out the here temperature distribution in the form of the T1 minus T4 is equal to Q LA by KA into area, LB by KB into area plus LC by KC into area. But we require the rate of heat transfer. It means we require the in the form of the equation Q. So we just one more time rearranging this equation. So what will be consider? We just consider Q is equal to, we are just taking Q this side will be considered, or we can say that like Q is here, we are just taking that denominator, this becomes a numerator. So what will be there? Q is equal to, we are just taking that sum, this side will be considered. So T1 minus T4 divided by whole bracket will be considered LA by KA into area plus LB by KB into area plus LC by KC into area. Over up to that. Now what is LA by KA into area? So that is called as a thermal conduction resistance for the layer A. Okay, similar way, what is LB by KB into area? That is your thermal conduction resistance for the layer B. And LC by KC into area, it means thermal conduction resistance for the layer C. So we should write here, okay, if you consider Q is equal to T1 minus T4 as it is divided by RTH for the layer A plus RTH for the layer B plus RTH for the layer C. Or what is RTH? Thermal conduction resistance for the wall for the layer A. So we should consider RTHA is equal to LA by KA into area. Similar way for the RTHB is equal to LB by KB into area, and similar for the layer C, RTHC is equal to LC by KC into area. Over up to that, we just derive that equation is called as a heat conduction through the composite wall. Okay, but normally initially we just consider 3 layer, but more than 3 layer is given or less than 3 layer is given, so we just consider that. Okay, suppose n number of layer is given if the composite wall consists of n number of layer. So we just consider if the composite wall consists of n slabs or layers. Both are same. We are just consider slab as well as layers. So then we should write what will be our equation. That equation now we are just consider what will be our equation. So we should consider Q is equal to T1 minus Tn plus 1 divided by sigma I is equal to 1 to n RTI. Suppose n number of layer is given. We are just consider 3 layer is there. We are just consider for the 3 layer. So how should we be consider? We are just consider I1, I2 and I3, and summation of series will be consider RT1 plus RT2 plus RT3. We are just consider. Suppose n number of layer is given, so we just should consider 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n number of layer resistance will be considered. Over up to that is your equation for the heat conduction for the composite wall. Over. Thank you.